Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. Today I am starting my new Zero to Hero series with a brand new character who I am calling Ari Wrath. Now, this is going to be a YouTube Zero to Hero. I've got one running on Twitch, which you can all tune in on. But for this character, we are going to be using a Mustang. Now, I wanted to do a series where we start literally from the very bottom, and I'll just show you what I do to make money. I'm not going to do bounty hunting. I'm not going to do that because it's a bit too easy to make cash quick. I'd rather do something that is a bit more involving, a bit more immersive. Maybe not pays as much, but I don't do this sort of missions to get huge amounts of money. I do them because I enjoy them. Now, I've picked a Mustang Alpha, which, let me explain. I'm not going to use the Nomad. That is a event special. Like, technically, I wouldn't have that if I was doing this out of the event time. So I've picked a Mustang, mostly because the Aurora is far more use than a Mustang at the moment. So if you choose the Mustang Alpha as your starter ship, you are restricting yourself a lot more because you can't do delivery missions. You have nowhere to put a box. Not yet, anyway. The cargo refactor, which is coming sometime next year, will allow you to use the rear cargo bay of the Mustang. But as it stands right now, it doesn't work. So we are restricted. And I figured it would be a good way to show off some of the missions and some of the things you can do to make money now, beyond just bounty hunting, which is a very rinse-repeat process. I'm going to start doing that when it's a bit more cat and mouse, properly formulated game mode. I do have a new paint, with it being the version from the IAE, which is the polar paint, which I do like. But what we're going to focus on today is I want to get a hand mining tool and a backpack. I've realized you do start with 20,000 now. I didn't bother with a referral code. It was only going to be 1,000 starting money, which I was kind of hoping for, to be fair, so that I could get properly started with a full-on grind. But with 20,000, maybe we'll just keep that there for the time being and look to invest it into a ship later on. Whereas now it's going to be more of a living experience of... I don't know who this woman is, and I don't know why she's outside my hub. It's more of a living experience where we're going to need to eat and drink. I'll try and keep him alive as long as possible. We'll do some hand mining. We'll do some mission giver missions. We'll do some medical beacon responses as well. Anything that I can do to make money beyond bounty hunting. And mostly not so much combat. There will be a bit of combat, I'm sure. But yeah, I decided to start with ArcCorp, and I was a bit concerned because last time I was at Area 18, the frame rate took a complete nosedive, whereas we're doing alright with 50 odd frames a second at the moment. So what I need to do, it's probably going to dip a lot once I get into the main area of Area 18, but I'll try not to move my head so much. But yeah, it's just a Zero to Hero, starting out with very little. In fact, we just have our spacesuit, RSI spacesuit, an arc light pistol, and one Hemazal Medipen, which will do us for now. Technically I would have 1,000, so I wouldn't be able to purchase the Paramed, which is a tool I think everyone should always buy straight off because it allows you to treat your wounds and wounds of other people. Whereas Hemazal Medpen will just stab you and bring you back to life and increase your... well, it won't bring you back to life because you can't use it on yourself when you're incapacitated. But it will bring your HP up. Anyway, let's just see if I don't think I can get I can get a multi-tool from here, can I? Do we have oxygen in this place yet? We do, good. So I want a multi-tool. That's the first purchase. I want a mining attachment so that I can go and do some mining in caves. And I also, there it is, would like a backpack. I certainly need a backpack, which I could pick up the backpack and chest piece together. I think that's available. Or maybe I'll just get a cheap chest plate and a backpack, but it'll need to be a medium, really. Otherwise, if I get a small chest piece, I've not really got a lot of choice in terms of, or a lot of room with these light backpacks. That's a heavy one. That's a light one. 40,000 or 100,000. Let me see. I don't want to spend too much. I want it to be really cheap for the time being. That could work. That's quite cheap. That's a nice one in white. It's light, which means I'll have to get a light backpack, though. This one's light as well. I think price-wise, we're going to stick with light. I don't want to get too much armor, because I know I can loot them off of NPCs and out of loot boxes. I do like that colour. That's pretty snazzy. Decisions. Right, I know I can fit a backpack to this, so I'm going to get that one. Maybe in a nice sea green colour. That looks good. Let's get that. So we are dipping into our money a little bit. I don't know. I feel a bit... I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this 20,000. We all get it. Anyone who buys a starter package now will get it. So we might as well make good use of it. But yeah, I'll only use my Mustang for now. Anything I buy or rent, I will use. But I'm not going to use the money we get. Oh, that's a nice one. I'm not going to use the money that we get from... That's a bit bigger. Sorry, the ship that we get from the event. I'll get that one. And while I'm here, I'll just pick up a couple of med pen. Oh, no, not med pens. Arc light. Oh, I shouldn't have done it so fast. But we will loot bodies. Oh my lord, it's so cheap. I might as well get a few. But we'll do some looting around the environment. I know you can go to outposts. Oh, wrong one. So let's stick that on, and equip that, and a couple of them. Equip this, and I should be able to equip that. Interesting. Is it because it's not on my person? That'll be why. I've played the game before, I believe me. There we go. So that's the mining attachment. I've got a backpack. This, I feel, is just going to be the best thing to get started with, because you can make a decent amount, and it's interesting. It'll get a bit dull if you keep doing it, of course, like anything in the verse at the moment. But we are sorted. I would definitely like to pick up a med pen, though. Weapon-wise, I'm not going to get into much combat, so I'm quite content with using an arc light pistol. But yeah, let's go. We'll get my ship. It's been a long while since I've flown a Mustang Alpha, so I'm quite excited to check it out. Now, this playthrough is going to be a bit of a truthful playthrough where I will try and make it as interesting and as cinematic and immersive as possible to some degree. But it'll also show off any bugs that I run into. I won't try and hide them or anything. It'll be, you know, what I experience is what probably most people do experience. But hopefully it'll also maybe show you a few workarounds for stuff that I might bump into. But yeah, 315 I've been really enjoying, or 315.1 should I say, really thoroughly enjoying it, but it is definitely not without its own issues. There is plenty of bugs, plenty of problems, which, you know, there are ways around them. Some things I just avoid doing altogether because of those bugs. But ultimately, I am really enjoying this build. This new series is a bit of a showcase of what you can do if you are brand new to the game. If you only have access to a starter ship, not a lot of starter money, although I do think everyone gets 20,000 now, which is more than enough to get started with. How's it going? And just kind of show off what I like to do, what I tend to do. It isn't going to be, let's make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. It is more of a, let's play the game with the mechanics that we have available, that I enjoy doing, and see how we get on. And I chose Art Corp because it just gives me that sci-fi vibe. I love the G-lock bar. Not that it has as much of a use at the moment, but I do enjoy it. What I'd like to try and do, actually, with this series, is maybe run as a crew member for some random players. Maybe if I'm just wandering around, what was it, Hangar 3? and there's someone around with a certain ship, like a mole, for example, or just anything, really, if they're doing hauling or whatever they find, it would be cool to offer my services as an assistant or whatever they need. How many people are hiring randoms? I don't know. So chances of it happening are probably quite slim. But if the option arises, I will take it. Here it is. The Mustang Alpha. I do definitely prefer this style to the old style, but unfortunately the interior of the beta is just too cold for me. I do prefer the Nomad for that kind of thing. Oh, let me just show you quick what I mean by the cargo hold. It does have, I think it's 3 SEU, if I remember correctly. So I can transport commodities, but right now it's actually got something in it, which shouldn't be there. Right now it can't be used for storing anything, I don't think. Let me just put them in my, not my backpack, but in my armor piece. So this is where you would be able to store boxes, and it will, I'm certain, work once the cargo refactor is done. I think that's, what's that, 317, 318 next year. Unfortunately not this year. But for now, you can't use it. So box delivery missions and building reputation there is currently not available. Now, that's not to say that I couldn't rent an Avenger or something, you know, even like a 100i. Maybe we'll take the 100i route as soon as we can afford it and do some box missions. Start earning those, that reputation. We can do underground bunker missions, which I would need a bit more, a few, like, better weaponry, which we will get from going to outpost to outpost. I just need a reason to get to those places. In fact, I need a mission here, don't I, to... Oh, man, there isn't one. In that case, I was hoping to do something where we could go and rescue someone from a cave, but there doesn't appear to be any of those at the moment. Did I not press that? So I'll keep an eye out, and when one of those pops up, I'll go and do that. There we go. I would like a medical pen, though. Maybe we'll do some looting first and foremost, just to try and kit ourselves out a little bit. Although I haven't got a lot of storage room for it, so yeah, we might just have to try and find the cave as best we can. There we are. Wings are now open. Off we go. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy the new Zero to Hero. It'll, as I say, a bit of a tips and tricks gameplay series where it will show you what's available, maybe some stuff that you've not bothered doing. What I like to do when I play Star Citizen when I'm not with a group. Hopefully we will get one of those missions soon. In the meantime, I might just take on one of these. Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't, because I haven't got anywhere to put anything. I wasn't even going to collect these boxes. There might be bodies around, though. That's the thing, and I might be able to get some stuff from them. We'll see. Maybe we'll just wait for a mission to pop up. But what I'll do in the meantime is just set my... go to a clinic and get kitted out with medical stuff. But I will do that off camera for the time being. Once we get there, though, I'll bring us back in. So here's Bajani Point, which is the space station and cargo deck that supports Area 18. But nice when we can use these cargo decks for actually holding and storing cargo, maybe as a port when we get the Hull C, I guess. Oh, there's a dead body there. I don't think we can help him. We will take a look, though. Have I got my helmet on? I do. Good.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Can't do anything with that. I'm assuming he's got nothing on him. There is no point in trying to rescue this guy. He is literally done for. Never mind. Right, I'm just going to go get a medical, a paramed pen. They are very useful to have, and obviously if a medical beacon pops up, I can make some good money doing that. And it's interesting, it's quite dynamic the way that, you know, how it can unfold. But in order to really be useful as a medic, I'm going to need a paramed, because then I can apply some drugs as well. But yeah, hopefully a mission will pop up that we can do, so we can start making some cash. So first things first, we will set our regen point. Not that I'm opposed to respawning in Area 18. In fact, I don't need to do this because Area 18 doesn't have its hospital yet, so there's no point in even setting a regen point here. It is automatic. So in that case, we'll just get a pyramid tool. Very useful tool. Hopefully during this playthrough you'll see how it's used and how to apply all the other drugs. I'll just get one. They are quite expensive, but they are worth it. But they're one of those tools. Let me just put that in there for now and keep that on. They're one of those tools that you're gonna want to have. Like when it's in the basic mode, you're just applying Hemazal, which is the sort of blood clotting agent, the main HP refill. It does tell you how everyone is. You can't use them in an analysis zone, but when you go to the advanced mode, this is where you can choose how much of everything to give, and each one has its own effects, and it tells you how long they will last. Again, we're not going to do it now because this isn't really a medical gun tutorial. It's a 0 to hero, so as long as we've got one, that's what's important. But I'm just going to wait around and see. I'll probably see if there's anything else I can do. But I'm really waiting for an investigation mission where you've got to go and find a missing person in a cave. Because that way I'll be able to do some hand mining. But we will see what else pops up. There might be something else to do. So bear with me. Okay, so first plan is to do one of these. Now, I'm not going to do the Caterpillar one. I'm going to do this one because the Starfarer wrecks have NPCs in them, and they are, you know, you got to take them on. They're outlaws, but they do drop stuff. Well, they don't drop stuff. You can loot them for their armor and so forth. So this is a free way of getting some good gear. Got to be careful. Obviously, they are. I mean, I'm not going to collect anything here. I'm not going to pick it all up because I can't. There's no way for me to store them. But they are going to be a bit dangerous. You've got to be careful. You've got to make sure that you approach slowly, because if they take me down, then I'll become incapacitated and I'll be stuck. And I would need a rescue, which, you know, I'm not going to respawn. I will wait for someone to come and rescue me, but I certainly won't leave the video rolling for that. Anyway, we're going to get our ship. We're going to go down to, I believe that's probably Lyria. Let's just check. It is. Excellent. I do like Lyria. It's been a while since I've been. We're going to go to Lyria. Why is that all popping up there? And we're going to check out this Starfarer wreck. We're going to go in and we're going to clear it out of hostiles. Hopefully there are hostiles there. Otherwise I won't be able to get anything from them. And then loot them. So I should get a good weapon. I should get some armor. And this is a good starting point for doing the bunker missions, to get yourselves some equipment. And then when you go to the bunker missions, you can loot the boxes in the bunker missions once you've killed everyone, and get some gear there. Now, unfortunately, it seems to be a bit of a bug where the introductory bunker missions don't always complete. I think you've got to clear like 10 or 12 enemies alongside Hurston Security. Oh, well, it won't be Hurston, it'll be ArcCorp Security or Blackjack. But yeah, sometimes the missions don't complete and the last enemy doesn't spawn in. So there is definitely a chance that we can't complete the mission. But while we're there, we can still loot and get some stuff. But hopefully it will. Hopefully it'll work. Anyway, you can join me back once we are a bit closer to the Starfarer. But yeah, we're going to take it steady. I only have an arc light at the moment, which is a more than capable pistol, until they turn it into a burst pistol. Enough about that. So yeah, it's more than capable. It should allow me to, if I'm slow and steady, I should be able to take them all out with no problems. As long as they're not desyncing too bad. I mean, we are getting 90 odd frames, so the frame rate's not going to cause a problem. I don't think this server's too bad. So hopefully they won't be desyncing too badly. And I'll enter the Starfarer, take them down, and just let them come to me. And then I'll loot their bodies, get their gear. I don't think there's... Well, I could be wrong. I'm going to have a look around on this ship. But I'm hoping there is a personal inventory section. Or a personal inventory section where I can at least store some gear. With the Aurora, you just got to stand inside. It's quite straightforward. But with the Mustang, I haven't seen one yet. But I haven't thoroughly looked. So I hope there's a place we can go to store some things that we find, like weapons, any armors, helmets are useful. But I should be able to get fully kitted out with an armor set here. Let's just do a flyby first. Make sure there's no players around. Doesn't seem to be. Not seeing anyone else's ship, so we should be good. Going to be entering... Is it from the back? I think it might be, yeah. Going up the refueling gangway, which will actually be usable in 316 with refueling, sorry. I hope so anyway. Let me just cancel this mission, and then because we found the location. There we go. So that will no longer have these markers up there. I'm going to kill all the power because if it gets a bit windy outside, it can blow your ship around. And I found turning everything off tends to keep it stationary. So I hope so. Let me just see if there's a place where I can interact with a personal inventory. Now, I don't think there is, but as I say, I've not used this in a long while. So you're probably all screaming at the screen telling me the answer, but fortunately, this isn't live. Talking of which, if you do want to... I do this Zero to Hero as well over on Twitch with a different character. And you are more than welcome to join me over there, even if it's just to hang out and chat about what is going on in the world of Star Citizen. It is twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan. Can I just access it here? I can't. We've got a backpack though, so there is that. Maybe it's around at the front. It would make sense to be around at the driver's side, but I don't know if they've allocated it to this. I hope so. It would make sense. They usually label these things, if they have. Oh no, it's not looking promising. You are really, really restricted with a Mustang. It is such a shame, because it's a cool looking ship. Oh, hang on. What's this? Did I see something? Is that just their entrance? Yeah, it's just the entrance. Yeah, you are really restricted on what you can do. Hopefully, I can kind of shed a bit of light onto what is available with even just the Mustang. But compared to even having an Aurora, you have a lot more choice with an Aurora. And funny enough, the Aurora used to be a loner when you owned the Mustang, whereas now, it's clearly not. Right, let's take it steady. If there are, I'm hoping there are enemies in here. Otherwise, it's pointless coming here. There usually is, unless someone's been here and cleared it already. Might see them patrolling in the doorway. But we'll take it steady. Let me get into my FPS mode stance. I don't think I've got anything I can attach. Nope. I can lean though, which is good. Not a lot of control while you're crouching though. There definitely needs to be a few more updates to the crouch mechanic. I'd love it to be a bit more like Tarkov and Armor, where you've got different height levels. I'd certainly expect them to hook it up to the speed. In fact, this is going to go down. I'm not hearing anyone, so I feel like we may have come across a dud Starfarer, which is typical. And I don't think there are any loot boxes in here yet. Let me just take a peek. Damn it. There isn't anyone around. I'll go down, see if I can see anyone down there, and see if there is anything I can loot. But yeah, it looks like it's completely empty. Which is a real shame. So this is a Zeta Prolonide, which as soon as you take it out of there, that 13-minute timer starts counting down, and you've got to deliver all 4 of them before that timer stops, otherwise they'll explode. So don't have them in your ship if the timer's getting low. And definitely use a multi-tool tractor beam attachment to move them, otherwise you're going to be having a lot of trouble. Oh, I can't get in this way. Right, so it looks like we found a dud Starfarer for the sake of doing this this gathering of enemy stuff. Let me just check upstairs. Just real quick. I mean, there may be bodies around here that I could loot as part of the crew, or the previous crew, but that doesn't even seem to be crew either. This is going to be a proper grind. I can already tell with a Mustang. This is going to be hard. But I love it. I love the grind. As much as it would be better if there was less restrictions. And they made it so that you could use the Mustang for doing these missions a lot easier. They'll eventually get there, of course, but for now, there are things you can do, but you are very restricted, right? It's a dud Starfarer. There is nothing around here. Lyria's got very little gravity, so we should be good to just leap. Yeah, never mind. Let me get back inside the ship, and then we'll see what else we can do. I do want to just find an investigation mission. I could fly to somewhere like Hurston and take on an investigation mission straight away, find a cave, and do some mining, which is probably going to be what we need to do. I was just hoping there would be some investigation missions around here, but it's not looking promising. So, what do we got? Absolutely nothing. Caterpillar. Freelancer this time, which don't have AI in. Can't do that one. As I say, I'm not doing bounty hunting. It would be nice to get kitted out at the least to do this, but I need to find a Starfarer with people in. So maybe we'll jump through to Hurston. Hurston is relatively close to us compared to every other moon, every other planet. So we'll do that, and we'll take on some mining missions. But we'll come back to ArcCorp. It is our home base. But yeah, pretty tough at the moment. I do feel bad for those who have, who don't know much about the game, have purchased a Mustang because they prefer the looks, and they have nothing they can do. We will find something, don't you worry. I don't know why I'm looking at my webcam because I'm not live. Let me just head over to Hurston, and then we'll catch up then.